417 Northwood Lima, Ohio. 222-4203 is what you need to dial to get your comic needs. I don't know anything else to rhyme to this song. David wears thong. I
do not.
I don't care. You can put it on there. News this week. Show the X babies.
I don't have an X baby.
Get the picture. What book was it?
Get out of
Camera
Finland.
One. All right.
There's
going to be a huge glitch issue right now. What's going on? Wait, that's not the picture.
No, but that's the X-Men Unlimited issue that has the X babies.
Look at the X babies. Ain't they cute? No, this isn't a book you can buy, but it's just cute, isn't it? Well, I mean, that's the book you can buy, but there's no book starring the X babies. But one day there might be a book starring the X babies.
I really like the Beast.
I don't even want to go into explanation what the X baby is and why is Ford with Magneto in a box.
Those are toys.
Oh.
They're toy size.
I love you, Magneto. He doesn't talk, Ford. I don't either. Alright. I read this.
I can't even read that. What is
that?
Yeah,
you can. Just squint.
My dog has a first name. Bingo. I didn't think you had a dog.
Here, go ahead. Read that bottom one about
By
Adam West.
Hex.
Anyways, this one's for comicbookresources.com. That's where we got this information from, and newsarama.com. So it's a little bit of jibber-jabber, a little bit of everything. Go, just go. Come on.
Is that 13 or is that?
I don't know what it says. Did anybody hear about the book called XIII? Is it 13? It's just 13.
French. It's a video game.
It's a video game.
Okay, read the rest. You wouldn't know it's a video game if you read the whole thing out loud.
I saw a Ubisoft title. No.
Dave, can you not
loud, right?
He's like trying to decipher.
I guess he like half of it. Not like out loud. Oh
he's
my
like
God.
decrypting it. It seems to be interesting hieroglyphics up here on the left corner.
San Francisco. Okay, it actually does say that. I'll get to it. Never would you have thought that Batman would be voice acting in the upcoming Ubisoft title 13. The old school Batman, Adam West, will be playing the role of General Carrington in 13. This will go along with other famous actors and actresses to boot. It says to boot. What's that all about? Anyway, San Francisco,
okay, maybe
California.
I got it from an English site.
I don't know what that's about. Ubisoft Entertainment, one of the world's top game publishers, added to its AAA cast of voice talent for its highly anticipated action shooter 13 by signing Adam West as General Carrington. I just said that. Anyway, West joins actress musician Eve, starring as Major Jones, and David Duchovny as 13 in the cast. Wow. What? 13 is an epic, conspiracy-driven thriller set in a highly stylized graphic novel world, and is scheduled to release on all game consoles as well as the PC in fall of 2003.
Anyways, Adam West's voice going to be in a video game. Yo.
David Duchovny's voice is going to be in a video game. And Eve's voice is going to be in a video game. There you have it. It wasn't even the voice of the
chick and the
Black
Spider-Man. Shut up. Watch Spider-Man.
You have to do it like
that. Is it Fridays at 10.
10.
Fridays at 10
Cheers
on
to
MTV.
10.
MTV.
You hear it
First. My arm!
Break some glass there or something. Next news. Yeah.
Right into it this time, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna read like I wrote this. Like I heard one tidbit that penciler Ron Garney has just signed on with DC to do a brand new Superman monthly series with Kurt Busiek. Garney's pencils covers will be painted over by Alex Ross.
Bam! Alex Ross.
You have no idea who that is.
Alex Ross is one
Anyways,
of the top-notch
there was a lot
artists
of things online. If you go to newsarama.com or comic book resources, there's a lot of changes, a lot of people from one company going into another company. So a lot of
They do that a lot, though.
Greg Rucka, who was with Marvel, now is signed with DC, except he still is doing Wolverine, right? He was with both anyway, but now he's signed exclusive with DC.
Gonna get our news straight from the man.
From the man.
The man who's
writing
obsessed.
stuff. He was obsessed with writing.
18.
Monthly issues of Wolverine. Yes! Woo!
Way to go, guy. You actually got that little piece there. It's like we have a teleprompter over there. It just has weird numbers popping.
You know what I was going to say?
No.
I was going to say Mary Kay and Ashley are 18 now. Alright,
I think we still have a few. We'll have to check our counter.
Anyways, back to serious news. When Marvel approached by Alex Ross to do something, I don't know. I don't. That can't put that into words. Moving on.
Move on.
Thanks to the success of NBA Street Series, Electronic Arts announced the development of a street sports game called NFL Street for all platforms. The game is developed for Electronic Arts to Boron, featuring over 300 players from all 32 NFL teams. NFL Street is a 7-on-7 football game which focuses action instead of simulation. There will be no penalties, no punt, kicking, or field goals. Man, I'm never going to play that game. That's how I always win. I never knew how to throw the ball. Okay. Next story. Teen Titans. Anybody watch that?
Teen Titans!
On Cartoon Network, Teen Titans comes on. I don't know what time. I didn't get to watch
10
it.
o'clock.
10 o'clock.
I watched it.
What day?
9:30.
I think it's 9.
Here we go. We arguing. You hear that?
Saturday.
Saturday 9, Sundays 10.
Saturday 9, Sunday 10. Teen
It
Titans.
was on Sundays at 10.
At Cartoon Network.
Wow. I could stop, like, taking a second break.
Dun, 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 dun. You don't know what you're doing, do you, next?
I'm just looking at the pretty pictures.
Oh, okay. We just want to tell you.
There's an 8%
There's one
margin
subject
of
I
error.
did want to get out about. Some people, I guess they are watching the show. Thank you for watching. Please keep watching. We are at Common Connections, 417 Northwood Line, 222-4203. Please dial. Please call. Please buy comics. There's some people that's been coming here being kind of wanting to sell comics. That's hey. Okay. Well, what I wanted to talk about when I went through that rant there was some people are coming here wanting to sell comics, and they come talk to the owner, which is David. You'll not this David, there's another David, and you can meet him and talk to him about it. But the thing is, a lot of them are feeling like, I don't know, we're being kind of mean when we're turning them down about the value of comics. And the thing is, it's not that we're being, no, we don't want to buy, or we're trying to cheat you out of what the prices are. Best I'm going to try to do is give explain their understanding on why comics are valuable and why they are not. Very good song.
Foo Fighters everywhere.
Okay, we need an example. Just pull one out from there. Anyways, this is how comic books are valuable. Okay, this is Supergirl #1. This book came out in 1996.
When I first started collecting comics.
#1 came out in 96. There's been other Supergirls and restarts, right?
Yeah.
Before this one.
3 of them.
This might be volume 3.
That's volume 3.
And what that means is, let's say in 1970, there was Supergirl volume 1. It went up to
I don't know how many issues.
100
exactly, but
issues,
Volume
just to
2
say.
only was a 4-parter. And I believe was in the 80s. It was around the time that Superman had died.
Right. Do you think we should do a paper example or something?
Superman died in the 90s.
Whatever. Okay, before we get off track, because they won't understand what's going on. Okay, give me a big white sheet of paper.
You have a big white sheet of paper.
Okay. We're going to do... You don't got to know a lot of math, but we'll just do this.
All
All right.
book, $8.
Give me a marker. Marker's good. There
It
we
was
go.
$195 when
Okay.
it came out.
Volume 1... So just put a V there. Supergirl, that book, there was... In that volume, there was 100 issues. That's a lot of books. But what happens is they quit the volume and they start at what?
I don't think there's
No,
that
there
many.
wasn't. This is an example. I'm just saying if there was.
Let's take a little liberty here. And
Okay. Well, anyways, let's just say there were 100 books. It probably was 200 books. I don't know. Probably less
I
than
don't even
that.
think there was that many.
Okay. Point being, there was let's say there was 100 books. What they do is, okay, that's a good, how many years maybe? 3,
Ouch.
4, that's about 4 or 5 years. Because
Give or
cable,
take,
that
yeah.
was cable. So 5 years going, there was 100 issues. Oh, that would have been good to get out.
So it's
But
like how many
anyways,
exactly?
I do need that again. But
Then volume.
anyways, volume 2 starts. Okay, that's been 5 years later. They start another volume, which it kind of retells the story again, or it's kind of like almost a rerun, but a new cast, or whatnot. So volume 2 would have for another 5 years 1 through 100. So that's 200 issues of Supergirl, but different volumes. The older the volumes, the more worth the comic could be if it's in good condition.
Not only that, that would also be there's 4 volumes.
There's 4 volumes. Okay, well look, this
Wow.
is for example here.
I'm gonna tell you about how many there were.
Okay. Shameless plug.
No, that's not.
Comic math with Professor P. Yeah, alright.
We're trying to show you
Alright.
the
First
value
one
of
in
books.
1972.
1972, so...
10 issues.
10 issues?
10 issues? That was
Okay,
good.
here, we're just gonna do this over again. In 1972, jeez, this is gonna be a crazy episode. There were 10 issues
Comic math.
of Supergirl.
I thought there was one before that.
And he's debating.
He's actually looking at, but we just need to get to the point here, is that there's probably multiple volumes, each one having its own number one.
Okay.
Now, if you have number one from volume 3, it's not going to be, worth as
It's
much as the
this.
volume 1 issue.
This book is probably, I'm just gonna guess, $100. Maybe the book could be worth. But volume 2, where they started and they said Supergirl volume 2, but number one book. Okay. Or he's getting the Wolverines for an example.
Because it's a quick example, we have both books.
Okay. This way we won't lose you. That's
See,
what
here
I
we
do.
have
You go ahead,
Wolverine,
Dave. Take it
number
over.
1. You see it here, it's very nice. It's going for $40. Here we also have Wolverine number 1, but it's 2 different books. This one's a lot older, and this one's only worth $30. So the problem would be like if you have this one and you think it's this one, it's not worth as much.
You want me to?
And then we got a new Wolverine number 1 that just come out.
Yeah. What should
You
be
know,
volume
which-
3? Volume 3.
And it's maybe worth $5 now, if that. If you find on the newsstand on the stand or whatever, it's cover price.
Yeah. Just because it's old too doesn't mean it's valued or worth. If someone's missing that issue, like a collector that comes in here, hey, I'm looking for issue 74, volume 1. Okay, that's in the 70s or something. But everybody doesn't have that issue, which makes it very rare and valuable because that issue is so obsolete. It's so 20,000 copies were made of it. The end.
Yeah,
They were
there's only
never
certain-
printed again.
Exactly. Why
So-
most of the old comics are worth so much because there's only like a handful of them. There's not like 15,000 copies.
So it's like when you
There's-
come to the store or to any comic store and say, hey, I know these are worth $100 each or $50 each. No.
Just because
no
the price
offense.
says there's 40 cents or, at the time, or
Yeah.
it's, especially if it's something like Donald Duck, which holds no real value.
Your book,
anyways.
if you really want to be honest, and people do get mad when we tell them how much it's worth, we'll look through either a Wizard price guide or something. It'll say $1. It'll say
we
50
also have-
cents. It'll say 25 cents.
We also have this handy guide that our producer was looking for to give us the exact time, and all those stuff that we were looking for earlier, the Supergirl stuff. This is the price guide to have.
Yeah, so if we're confusing you, which we probably did most of this time, try to find this book if you want to get it settled straight. But don't come
on the
in
value of
stores
comics.
with just a whole bunch of comics. Well, I recommend I get $200. No, I recommend that you're good luck getting $5 out of your
Whole stack.
whole stack of 50 or 100 comics.
Not only that, even if you do have a high-priced comic, trying to sell it, especially in Lima.
Yeah.
I mean, we are like one of the only comic book stores. It's really not a very big market. We're trying though. You should be a comic book reader.
That's why we're here.
Make us a bigger market here.
And you probably got the other question is, if there's so many books, how do I start if everyone's number one all over again? Well, we got little timeline things to, you don't have to know everything in comics. There's a good starting point, and that's all you need to know from there. You don't need to know everything from 1960, 70, 80, 90, and up. If you just know everything from this year going on, then, hey, that's fine with you if you enjoy it. I mean, that's the point. You
I
wanna
really
enjoy
don't
it.
suggest that anybody starts getting into comics for the money because there's no money left in it. There's no, you won't be able to sell your comic book collection for, the millions of dollars that your grandparents got to do because your grandparents burned most of those books.
They burned them, they lost them,
They donated them to a good cause, though. They did a huge thing where they were recycling comic books, for the papers for the war.
I can't
for World
say
War
that.
II. And that's what happened to a lot of the books. They were recycled. So they're
with
not in
comics.
print anymore.
Yeah.
You could have. Back in the day when they were like 10 cents. Then 10
But
cents is quite a bit of money back then.
Do you think we clarified that a little bit? Is that alright? Okay.
My suggestion
might have
is
went off too much,
check
but-
online for what hot books are being sold. Check the price guides. Wizard, publishes a monthly magazine that in the back it doesn't have a very very full listing, but it's got a pretty close listing. of like
we're trying to
everything
help
that's
you
in
out
there.
if you have comics, and
It's
that way,
important that
if you
you're
get a
gonna
call at the comic store, hey, I have a lot of comics.
Yeah,
Do you
you
think
really-
they're worth anything? And we can't tell you how bad. Well, yeah, sure. We'll
See, this
come
is a
down.
Wizard
We'll throw you
magazine.
some money. Give us the books. We can't. It don't work that way.
Right. I mean, and plus it really helps that if you're going to try to sell something, you should know what you're selling. You should have an idea of how much it's worth, you know, on the market value itself.
If
you know?
if you notice, it helps. If
Come
you
at
know,
us and say
exactly.
that
If
you
you're
want-
like you have Wolverine number 87, it was in 1980 or whatever. I'd like to know what the pricing is. That's a better help for comic people to go. Okay, well we can look that up. Hey, I remember this issue. So this happened in that issue.
And if you even go ahead and look it up yourselves, I mean, there's 3-4 different forms of media that you can look it up on to find out how much the book is worth. You call here and ask if we're willing to pay that price.
Right.
That's even simpler because that just means we can say no. And that's the end of the
Instead
conversation.
of giving
Instead
you
of breaking
maybe
your heart and saying
coming
it's a
over
book's
here-
$50, we'll give you a 20.
or I've got this. Hey, you guys are trying to do us over. Or if this word can be said, screw you over. You know, I've gotten that plenty of times, and the
Have you
all in
really?
the store. Yeah, they'll think I'm trying to rip them off of $100. I'm like, I'll give you $1 for all this just to get it out of your way.
And don't forget condition.
And yeah, they got to be in good condition. What's bad condition? I hate
Oh,
this. Okay,
I just bought one that was in
Here we
some
go.
pretty poor condition.
Okay.
Let me go find
Where
my
he's
books.
gonna find a bad condition book, and is there a good one though you can show?
Yeah.
Okay.
My new
We're gonna show you bad, and then we're gonna show you good.
That's like really bad.
It's like, oh man, we're advertising we have bad condition books. They're older books. They get old. They deteriorate. It is that
Like,
word. It
this
deteriorates.
is a new book.
Yeah.
Brand new,
Can't
right
even
off
say
the
it.
shelf. Came out. Yes, well, it came out. We get them Wednesday, but you know, today's Thursday. We got
Right
it today.
out of the kitchen oven.
It's very nice, very good. It's going into a bag and
Sniff.
getting boarded as soon as I get home. Now this one,
Oh no.
and this
My
is really
allergies
great.
over. No count. Oh.
So I'd like to point out that this Wolverine #1 is from 1988,
88.
and
That was the year of rock. Dun, dun, dun.
let me find the date on this
MTV.
one. Oh, even worse. This is from July 1983. I only paid 75 cents for this book. You know, the condition, the cover is really, really poor. The binding's really, really wrinkled. There's dog ears here and here. You know, the color is faded.
Did you say there's dog hairs?
Dog ears.
Oh.
See, the corners.
I was like,
This book is probably only worth 75 cents.
we at Comic Connection
I can
tell
look
you
it
to
up
get
right
your
now and
pet
tell you how much
neutered and
A good issue of this
Bob
would probably
Barker's
cost. But I mean, if it's in condition
Heck,
like this,
help
don't
control
expect
the
much
pet
more than
population.
$1.
Or some of
Even
them
that.
hot chicks from
Yeah, because
That's like a quarter.
Price is
probably.
right here. I know.
see, I didn't get it because of the I got it for the story, which nowadays is pretty much the only reason to read comics. Just for the story.
Or if nostalgia reasons, there's nothing. I'm gonna say there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, we probably said it on the show 1,000 times. There's Transformers books out, and when they say Transformers, it's like, oh, well, that was in the 80s. Well, it's still going on now with the new up-to-date ones. If you want to collect just because you're a Transformers fan, we got plenty of that, and we might even have examples here coming up. I don't know, magically.
Look at that. How is that for
Yeah,
magic?
so we got,
Binky.
I think this is is this just an actual #1? Or is it volume 2? See, I don't know. I think, it is #1. It is for sure #1. See, now this is #1, but it's from a company called Dreamwave. And this is their first book, their first Transformer book. But they also have another book called Transformers #1 Volume 2, which is another series. But it is the #1 book. We don't have it right now at the moment, but you get the idea. And there's other offshoots, like Transformers Armada. This cartoon comes on Cartoon Network, and Transformers The War Within. And these books had a #1 also, so... Okay, he's checking on the volume thing, so... Because that one had a cover price of $5, because, that was a year ago. It's an older book. It went up some. Volume 1?
Yeah.
Volume 1 of that.
First printing.
First printing, and that matters too. Second printing means they reprinted the same issue they wrote, or on the printing second printing, because they put it back to, obviously make more money, and the fans demanded it. There was enough fan base that if we kept printing this, we're going to keep selling it. And that's, in comics, that's what, in truth, we really want. That it's sold out so much. And when a comic sells out, that's what I was going to get to. When a comic sells out, it doesn't mean worldwide. One, because most of the time we're pretty much in the United States and Hawaii and Alaska. And you know what I mean.
I'm pretty sure the lowest pricing I found for this book is like $2.
$2?
And that's with the 2.0 grading, which is fair.
Yeah.
The best grading will only give it $12 though.
Here, like the top 25 shipped and estimate this from newsarama.com. Go there. They have, you can find the listings of what's sold. The top 25 titles shipped and estimated copies of each in June were Batman was number 1 again for the like 9th month, 7th or 8th month. Number 616, yes, there's 616 titles of Batman. I think volume 1 still. And the titles, the big number was, there was 164,956 titles.
Or issues.
So 160,000, over 160,000 of those books were made. They were sold out and they were bought. That's how many people bought this book. But the thing is, you know, okay, you know, that wasn't a million or nothing like that, you know, but that was the highest selling book, you know, that's a lot.
The printing on that could be even higher.
Yeah, they might have made an overprint of maybe close to 200,000 books actually, just because of, I don't know,
reorders,
people scalping up the price. There's no lie, they do that. It's just like would take us to a freaking Ohio State game. Seriously, I remember we were there and stuff. Shut up.
I know it's so many months later, but what?
Yeah, but yeah, and number 2 was Ultimate X-Men with 128,000 books, and that was the second highest. And so if they reprint them, I'll say they reprint 20,000 more, but that print will not be as valuable as the one that just sold out because. Because
it's not the first printing.
There
it's
you
the
go.
Second printing of it, and the second printings aren't worth as much.
There you go.
It's flooding. Well, it all depends on how big the market and how rare the book would be. If there's like very few first printing issues, and there's even less second printing issues.
Read this out, and it explains it.
Be quite a bit.
Likewise, Birds of Prey, which Birds of Prey number 56 sold out at how many issues?
31,160.
And that's a lot less than
31,160
Batman,
books.
but it sold out, and that is a good thing.
Which now, I mean, I could probably put my issue, and my issue is not even worth the cover price.
Okay, don't get into depression on TV, y'all.
The cover was messed up. The coloring was off. You can see the color bar at the top. The cover was messed up.
Those little things, they might mess up the
value of the book.
Or actually, it might go up just because it was a manufacturing
error.
damage. No. Jeez, that's
very unlikely. But if there's only 10 copies left in the world, and that's one of them, even with its defects, that's still going to be worth quite a bit. Yeah. Not as much as the perfect issues, but worth quite a bit.
How we doing on? We got time still.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, we're like we said, we're trying to do informative TV here.
Yeah. We all live in a yellow subgenre. What? Referring to last week's mention of a new DC 6th series, Sci-Fi Line, with characters such as Steve
Look
Gerber
at
and
the
John
camera
Lewis.
in here.
I can't look and read. I've had a clarification that the focus isn't entirely sci-fi, rather real-world superheroes. Focusing on different, wider genres that use a subgenre of superheroes. Think Astro City and Top 10. Whatever.
Why didn't you just look for something that was interesting?
I saw yellow. Subgenre.
I thought yellow. I love yellow. Anyways, actually, we pretty much gone over the big things. Oh, like I'll say,
yellow.
Like, anyways, Ultimate Venom sold out, and it's going back to print for a second printing. And the first 2 chapters of Blockbuster of Ultimate X-Men, we got issues of Ultimate X-Men. The first 2 that Bendis has wrote, and where they were selling, like 34 sold at 128,000, are sold out, and they're going to must-have printing because they were that popular. So they're going to print those in a. What is it going to be? A must-have with both issues, or choose the chapters? And
so they're going to have just the storyline itself, or just
just 2 issues of the storyline, because they were just that popular and they sold out with him jumping on board to write Ultimate X-Men. But, like I said, it wasn't the high skyrocketing numbers as Batman was, but still, for it to sell out as many as it printed is still good, so.
Also, finding sold-out books can also, if you have one of the books that's sold out, you can sell it for a little higher price than cover price.
There you go.
But those will more than likely go down in a short amount of time once people have them. And plus, they release trades, and they just wanted the story anyway, so people just buy the trades. And then the value of the individual book will drop a bit, once the hype for it has died down.
So, I mean, if you do get into comics for the whole, how much money-wise or whatever, then
how much money
can
I make?
Get your Wizard.
Not much.
Get on eBay and, get one of those books. And if you are a collector, then you can go and hunt out these books. They do exist and they are out there. Don't go find Amazing Fantasy number 15. You can't afford it.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you know that right now.
Comics.
Everybody watching this show right now can't afford that book.
No.
Oh, Amazing Fantasy is the first appearance of, everybody's like, Amazing Fantasy, that sounds like pornography.
That sounds like one of those cheap little Archie books.
Yeah. Anyways, that was the first appearance of Spider-Man ever, like, in print.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah,
Before I, put a foot in my mouth. No, well, actually, it was printed in, peanuts. What?
I'm waiting for somebody to argue with me about Superman first appearing in Action Comics, because he did have a newspaper run, but that was after he was already in Action Comics. He became he did like a newspaper.
Try to throw up some of that
thing.
random Superman stuff,
I'm a
pictures and all
Superman!
that stuff. Even though you've seen this late, Tomb Raider is out. One of these times tonight, we're going to hopefully have, just for the first few that come in to see it, it'll probably be later in the evening, though, just because of our work schedule, where we're going to try to give away for the first few people to come see it, free books. 13 or older, obviously, because on it. And
Get you some
everything,
Superman books or something. I still got quite a bit, too.
Oh, yeah. Well, I got some Tomb Raider books, but after that, whatever we're going with, we're going, because we didn't get to play anything really big. Tomb Raider 2's out this weekend. Check it out. Let us know how it is. We don't know.
Not yet.
Producer's excited about it.
Oversold.
He's as excited about Angelina Jolie. Who wouldn't be? Hey, someone called it. Angelina Jolie, Wonder Woman. What do you think?
No. I just don't see it. I don't see her as a big buff Amazon woman. No.
I'm going to say, well, with big buffs there. I don't know about the Amazon.
Not really.
Well,
No.
alright.
She'd probably make a pretty good Catwoman, though.
And if you think you have a song that should play a certain part,
We'll be more than
not
happy to
being
argue
crazy.
against it.
Yeah, so I'm not
What
going
are
to
you
say
talking about,
say
man?
it, yeah.
Doogie Howser? He can't be a superhero. He's no Superman material, you freak.
But he sure is flip material.
He has the voice of Spider-Man, so there you have that.
I am the voice of
And I'm the voice of justice.
Okay.
It could happen.
Oh yeah. Forgot to share this. Well, a little bit of comic nostalgia for you.
God.
If anybody can tell us who this character is, crap.
You're not going to be able to cover it.
Yeah, well, is that good?
No. How are they going to see that?
No, that's what I'm saying. I don't want them to see it.
That works, yeah. If they
Okay.
can't, let's say Dr. Chemo will
Okay,
probably shoot you.
Don't see the doctor or whatever. If you can tell us who that character is, you win $1. I'll give you $1 if you tell me who that is. And it's gotta be someone we don't know. It's gotta be someone that is a comic oriented, and just call in that store and be like, "That's
a little
so
hint for you. Yeah, this is the first superhero from New Jersey. Actually,
That's
says
our
it on the
hint.
cover.
That's our hint. And they're shooting them up. What?
It's got a mop.
You think we should spotlight the king?
No.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers or Crane? How you say it? Rangers. Jeez.
Boy, that's a complicated one.
Say it.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
You couldn't even say morphin, right? You're like morphing. Get to it now. And now that I have them stumped, we're gonna bid you. Bid you do. Bye.